do you know what is the meaning of sample label? Before you purchase any raw material in bulk quantity, you will ask for a sample. You will first tell that particular supplier to give a sample material, and after checking the sample material, you want to order the material in bulk quantity. So therefore, on that sample material, the supplier is going to display the sample label. Sample label itself means the material which we are ordering from the supplier is just a sample material, and therefore it will contain information about that particular material on a sample label. Next, after that, we have a waste label. Waste label, whenever you are generating some hazardous waste, we have to display the information. Yeah.
So I think Anu is waiting to join. Message is
Who?
uh, we are waiting to join.
No, I don't see here.
Actually, in my screen, start waiting to do login.
Who is waiting to log in? Sorry.
So waiting to and you will be.
Your voice is breaking, Akash. I don't know, some problem.
Vikram is about to join, na, but he has not. I just personally sent message, but he didn't respond.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't see anybody waiting in the lobby here.
Okay,
Yeah. There is only two of you
okay,
today.
sir.
Okay, so sample label I told you. Next we have the waste label. So waste label means when you are generating some hazardous waste, okay, like some chemical waste or any paint related waste, any hazardous waste when you are generating, and when you are storing that waste, we have to display the particular waste label. So this waste label will contain information like what type of waste it is, in how much quantity we have generated that waste, and what is the rule or what regulation we have to follow for that waste. So like that information we are going to find in the waste label. Okay, so these are the 10 different labels we have in the label management. So whichever is applicable to you, whichever the client wants to use, they can use any of these labels. All are important, and they are used for various applications in various areas. So depending on what type of product you are manufacturing or what type of services you are providing, you have to choose the relevant label, right? So this is, we call it as a label categories. 10 different label categories we have. Okay, any doubt in this, guys? Label categories, any label category you did not understand, please let me know.
No, sir.
It's clear?
Clear, clear.
Okay. So 10 different label categories which you can use, any one of them you can use, or more than one also you can use at a time. Next, we have to understand about the label template. So when you are designing a label or when you want to design a label, there are some points you have to keep in mind. For example, before you design a label, you have to decide the label size. Okay, see, labels come in different sizes. You know that some labels are coming in centimeter size, some labels come in inches, some labels come in millimeter size. There are different labels in different sizes. We call them as different label size. So when you start designing a label, you should decide what is the label size you are going to use. Whether that label size will be in centimeter, millimeter or inches. So this one parameter we have to define while designing the label. Next, we have to define the label size, label stock size. Okay, do you know what is the meaning of label stock? On what materials do you print the label? Do you know? What material do you use to print the label? Sorry,
Sticker material.
paper?
What material
Lamination
material
sheets.
we use to take
Hmm?
Lamination sheets also required.
Yeah,
sticker paper,
plastic.
sticker paper. Some
Yeah,
Plastic, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so we use paper. Normal paper can also be used for printing the label. Or you can use a plastic based material, like you told, either like a lamination sheet or like a sticker. Any other material can you use? See, when you
For the
go and put,
bigger
yeah,
over, what was its name? For the overpacking, can we use any a thickened material like
yeah,
textile or
cardboard,
something?
cardboard.
Yeah,
For a carton box, especially carton box is made from a cardboard, no? So on top
yeah.
of that, if you want to print a label, yeah, directly you can print, no problem. So cardboard or carton box can also be a material. Apart from that, when you go and purchase any, let's say, pant or shirt or any textile, okay, any clothes, do they use labels in the
Textile
clothes? Yeah.
means a cloth material.
Yeah. Cloth material or textile material or fabric material is also used as a
Yes.
material for printing the label. Especially, see, when you purchase any cloth, inside that there will be a brand name, okay, to which brand it belongs. So, from which material they print that? They will use fabric
Synthetic cloth.
material. Yeah,
Yeah.
synthetic material or fabric material, textile material. Yeah, you can use that. Or
Yeah.
especially for washing instructions, how do you wash, at what temperature?
Uh,
So
yeah.
those instructions, even those instructions are displayed on a label. Yeah, that
Yeah.
label again they use fabric material to print that information. Because if they use paper, what will happen? Just once if you wash
It
the
will
cloth,
spoil.
it will gone. Yeah, it will be gone. The information will be deleted permanently. So
Yeah.
therefore, what we have to do is we have to ensure that whatever the label we are printing, especially to be used in a cloth or textiles, that material has to be a fabric material. So like that, there are different materials which you can use for printing the label, not just paper. There are different materials which you can use. So those materials are called as a label stock. The material on which you are going to print the label is called as a label stock. And here they are saying that we have to decide on the label stock size. Not only defining the label size, we should also decide the label stock size. Why? Why it is important? Or tell me one thing, the label stock size should be more than the label size or equal to the label size or less than the label size?
Less than. Should be
Less?
less than.
So can you
Yeah.
print, uh, let's say you want to print some information on a A4 size paper. Okay, that
Yeah.
information should be less than the paper size or more than the paper size.
Less
Less
than.
than or equal to.
See, the paper should be bigger, right? If it is small, then some information will not be printed.
Yeah.
See, the material on which you are going to print the information, that material should be bigger, no? Can it be small?
Yeah. That should be the material should be bigger and the
Exactly. Yeah.
label should be small. Yeah, small in size.
Yes, absolutely. Now let's say, for example, you want to print a label of size 5 centimeter into 5 centimeter. Okay, height is 5 centimeter and width is 5 centimeter. That is the label size. So what about your label stock size? It should be less than that 5
10.
centimeter.
No, no, no. It should be bigger than.
Yeah, it should be bigger than the label size, of course. Otherwise, how will you print the entire information? Some
Yeah.
information will be lost. So that is why when you are defining the label size, you should also define the label size, and that label size, label stock size should be more than the label size. It cannot be less. If it is less, then some information will be definitely lost and you cannot print everything. Right? So keep that in mind. Label size should be always less than the label stock size. Only then you can print the entire label on that particular label stock. Otherwise, you cannot print. Okay, and apart from that, you should also know about the label determination. Label determination means where you are going to use that label. See, there are different uses of labels. I already told you labels can be used in different applications. So, in label determination, you have to decide where you are going to use that label. Whether you are going to use the label in the waste management or whether you are going to use the label in products for product label or whether you are going to use the label for transportation purpose, exactly where you are going to use. So that is called as a label determination. Label determination means where you are going to use the label, in what application you are going to use the label. So that point also you have to remember when you are designing the label. Next, after that, we have something called as label generation. So once you have designed the label, what will you do next? Once the label is ready, you have to print that label. So that is called as label generation. In the label generation, we have to decide what type of printer we are going to use. Because ultimately, see, whenever you are designing a label, you have to print that label. That is why we are designing it. And when you want to print a label, what kind of printer you want to use? There are different types of printer. There is a dot matrix printer, there is a laser printer, and there are several others. Black and white printer will be there, color printer will be there. So exactly which printer you are going to use to print the label, that also you have to decide. And after deciding that, you have to print the label by using that particular printer. Not only that, there is one more thing. The printer that you are going to use, whether it's a central printer or whether it's a personal printer, that also you have to decide. Personal printer means, you know, that small printer normally children use to print some photographs and all. It's a very small printer. Either you can use that printer to print the labels, or you can use a bigger printer which is more complex, and it will be central. Many different departments can print the label by using that printer. Okay, so you have to decide what is the type of printer you are going to use, whether it's going to be a personal printer or whether it's going to be a central printer. You have to decide that. Okay, are you able to hear me, Akash? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, no,
Hello.
am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's audible.
Yeah, I think he
Here
has
some
some
Yes, yes.
sounds
network.
are there. That's why I'm always muting here.
Okay, I think he is
But,
having some
but your
network issue.
voice is audible. Your voice is audible. Perfectly audible here.
Okay,
No
okay,
issue.
fine, fine,
Yes, sir.
fine.
You are audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, guys, so when you want to create a label template or when you want to design a label, always remember these 4 points you should always keep in mind. Label size, you should know what is your label size, you have to define that. And in the label stock size, we have to define what will be the size of the material on which I am going to print the label, and then where I am going to use that label, in which application I am going to use that label. That label determination also you should know. And finally, which printer you are going to use to print the label, that also you need to decide. Label generation. So these 4 points you have to always remember and keep in mind when you are designing a label. Okay, so it is called as a creation of label template. So up to here, what we have seen is the theory part of GLM, and next we have to see some practical, like how to define the label size, how to define the label stock size. We are going to see some practical also related to GLM. So in the theory part, is there any doubt or is it clear? Let me know. If you have any doubt, I will clarify that. Plus also I will share the notes. For GLM, I have to share the notes.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Sir, here is
Hmm.
the label size, creation of label, and
Hmm.
the any means a specification standard size of the label
Yeah, definitely.
or
Definitely there will be standard sizes. Who will decide that? Who will tell you what size we have to use?
yeah, yeah.
See, there is a standard called as GHS standard. Have you heard this? GHS?
No, sir.
GHS stands for Globally Harmonized System. Globally harmonized system means it is like a standard. Suppose if you want to design a dangerous goods label, what should be the size, what should be the color you have to use, what should be the character size, what should be the background color of that label, everything will be given in the standard.
Okay.
Or let's say
What
you want
font
to,
we have to use?
yeah, what font you have to use, which letter should be bold, what should be the size of those letters, how many danger pictograms you have to include, how many pictures you have to display, how many danger symbols you have to display, everything will be given in the standard GHS.
Okay.
Because otherwise, what will happen, in every country they will follow their own system.
Right, sir. Right.
So therefore, when you are transporting your product from India to some other country in Europe, it should match, no? Whatever you are following, that same system even they should be following. If it is
Right, sir.
different, then it will create lot of confusion. So all these labels have to follow a standard. What should be the size? What should be the color? What character size? Everything is given in GHS, except for customer specific label. In customer specific label, we don't follow GHS standard. Why?
Okay. Means
Because,
customer
tell,
customer
tell.
specification will be as per their requirement, customer
Yes,
requirement.
absolutely. According to the customer requirement, we are going to design that label. So that is why in a customer specific label, we don't follow GHS standard. But in
Okay.
all the other
Uh, uh,
labels, for all the other labels, we have to follow GHS.
yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, so this is a global standard. See, just like a traffic signal. In India,
Okay.
traffic light signal, how it operates, red means we have to stop, green means we have to go, orange means we have to get ready. That is what is the meaning, no, in India. If you go to
Right.
US or if you go to Europe, do you think that will change?
No, sir.
No, because it is a standard. Everywhere, in every country, it is a standard. Similarly, even in labels, there is a standard we have to follow. In various countries, they follow one standard called as GHS standard. But that is not applicable
Okay.
for your customer specific label.
Correct, sir.
Okay, no? Clear?
Clear, clear.
Okay, so this was the theory part, guys, related to GLM. I will share the notes, and coming week we'll see the practical, defining label size, defining label stock size, all that we'll see each one of them practically. So until then, please also create your, what is that? Bill of material. So you have
Right,
time,
right.
please create a bill of material and share it with me.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
sure, sir.
I will share this GLM notes with you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Any other doubts, guys?
No,
Sir, in
no, sir.
daytime, you will be available, no? If I'm calling you.
Yeah, mostly in the afternoons I'll be free, but do message me
Okay.
once,
Afternoon
because
or evening? Evening, then I will
evening little
message you.
difficult. Evening it is difficult, Anu, because I will be having classes in the evening.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, sir.
Maybe
Then
in
I
the
will
afternoon.
message you accordingly.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You message me.
Okay.
Mostly in
Huh.
afternoon up to 5 or up to 6 I will be free.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Okay, if you need any help, please you message me or call me. I will help you out. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. So please carry on. I will
Okay.
see you in the next class with the
Okay, sir.
practical of
Thank
GLM.
you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay.
sir. Thank you
Yeah,
so
my
much.
pleasure. My pleasure.